and welcome to the Webcast for Wednesday, April 30th. I'm South Ops meteorologist Jonathan O'Brien. Visible satellite this morning shows an increase in marine layer clouds compared to yesterday. The marine layer is about 2,000 to 2,500 feet deep, and clearing will take several hours through this morning. There are also a fair amount of mid and high-level clouds over the region this morning as well. We have some mixed influences on our weather today. A weak ridge of high pressure is building in from the Pacific, but there is also a weak upper-level disturbance trapped within the ridge moving overhead of California. Overall, the air mass is not too different than yesterday, and as a result, temperatures won't change too much either. We'll end up near normal for this time of year, with mid-70s to mid-80s in the valleys and 90s in the lower and eastern deserts. And from a temperature standpoint, there won't be much change all the way through Friday. Minimum humidity will also remain mainly in the 20 to 40% range away from the marine influence today through Friday, but with some drier values in the deserts as we often see. Winds will be fairly light with a general onshore flow in place, but local winds dominating in most cases. The main difference for today is with that weak upper-level disturbance getting trapped within the ridge, will generate more lift and instability with daytime heating today. That's going to lead to scattered to numerous showers and thunderstorms developing across the Sierra and northern deserts this afternoon and evening, especially along and east of the Sierra Crest. You can see on the model depiction here, it's likely the shower and storm coverage will be pretty widespread up that way. Tomorrow is going to be very similar to today with continued influences from that weak upper-level low. However, as it works its way further southward, the focus for greater shower and storm coverage will likely also shift further south. Afternoon showers and thunderstorms will be possible in most foothill and mountain locations on Thursday, but will favor the southern Sierra, the transverse ranges of Southern California, and the deserts. On Friday, as that disturbance starts to weaken and ahead of our next weather system, shower and storm coverage will probably decrease somewhat and shift back more over the Sierra. Looking further ahead, the big weather story is a highly unusual pattern for this time of year, with deep and cold Pacific troughs continuing to dominate our weather, even now heading into May. The upcoming weekend is going to bear many similarities to last weekend, as the next unseasonably deep trough drives its way into California from the cold reaches of the far North Pacific. As that cold and energetic system pushes through, we'll continue to see scattered to widespread shower and thunderstorm activity each day from Saturday through Monday, possibly even into Tuesday, with Saturday and Sunday seeing the greatest coverage. And temperatures will plummet this weekend, with highs only in the 50s to low 60s for the lower elevations by Sunday. Very unusual for May. This system will also bring strong winds to the region. Westerly winds of 20 to 40 miles per hour, with gusts to 60 miles per hour, will surface across the mountain ridges and desert passes from Saturday afternoon into Sunday. In terms of precipitation amounts, they are going to be very impressive for this time of year, particularly across the Sierra. This is a look at total rainfall amounts over the next 6 days, so this includes the scattered activity of the next couple days and the more widespread showers and storms this weekend, and overall I think this map looks pretty good. If anything is maybe a little bit underdone on rainfall amounts. You can see the scale down at the bottom. Overall, most locations will receive about a quarter inch to an inch of rainfall all totaled, but 1 to 2 inches across the Sierra with some locally higher amounts possible. With the activity this weekend, snow levels will fall as low as 4,000 to 5,000 feet, with significant snowfall of several inches to a couple of feet likely across the High Sierra. Heading into early next week, similar to what has happened the past few days after our cold and wet weekend last weekend, we'll likely see a gradual warming and drying trend as high pressure tries to build back into California. But even that is uncertain, as latest trends show that low pressure lingering longer into next week. And even if it doesn't, any ridges of high pressure will continue to be weak, with temperatures at best struggling to return to seasonal normals. Needless to say, these cold and wet conditions are going to keep fuel conditions unusually moist across all classes of fuels over the next 7 to 14 days. Any planned burn projects are likely to be challenged by the wet conditions for the foreseeable future. And in the same breath, the start of our fire season is very much on hold region-wide, and that is not going to change anytime soon. We do have some good curing that has occurred across some of the lower elevation grasses, though curing is not likely to progress substantially more in the next week or two. And the forecasted weather is going to prevent any drying in the heavier fuels for significant time to come, and at this point it's likely we'll make it at least into the middle of May without any significant fire concerns, even in the grasses. That's it for today's webcast. Thanks for joining us. The next one will be on Friday, May 2nd.